So dear students, in the previous video we seen about the tests for the transformers and the separation of the iron losses and copper losses and the parallel operation of the transformers. So in this video I want to tell about the single phase auto transformers and the theory and output of the auto transformers and this copper saving in the auto transformer and advantages, disadvantages and applications of the auto transformer. So first, what is meant by the auto transformer? So if you have the primary winding and secondary winding as a single winding in any transformer, then the transformer is called the single phase auto transformer. So an auto transformer has a single winding on the iron core and a part of the winding is common to the both primary and secondary circuit. So it normally consisting of the two types. Normally it is of two types. So step down auto transformer and step up auto transformer. So this is the diagram for the step down transformer. So in the primary side we have more number of turns and in the secondary side we have the less number of turns, and we consider the primary number of turns only, some part of the primary number of turns as the secondary winding turns. And similarly in the step up transformer also we give the supply to the some parts and take the load from the total number of turns. So secondary number of turns is more, then the transformer is called as the step up transformer. However, these two transformers are having the single winding and a portion of the winding will be taken as the secondary or primary, and the voltage transformation ratio for this auto transformer is also same, that is K is equal to V2 by V1, that equal to N2 by N1 and that equal to I1 by I2. V2 by V1 that equal to N2 by N1 that equal to I1 by I2. So here the following diagram shows the same again step down transformers and step up transformers. So in this both the cases the I1 is the primary current for the step down case. For the step up case also primary current is the same I1 and the I2 is the output current or load current in the step down case and as well as the step up case. So regardless of the auto transformer connection, that is either step up or step down, the current in the portion of the winding that is common to both primary and secondary winding is the difference between these two currents. So if you consider the I2 minus I1 or I1 minus I2, this particular portion is common, that is the difference between the two currents, primary currents and secondary current, gives the current at the portion of the auto transformer, use the current at the portion of the auto transformer. However, in this auto transformer the kVA rating is same for the both primary winding and secondary winding. So in order to illustrate that one, we go for the theory of the auto transformer. So here the figure 1 shows the ideal step down transformer, this one, and the equivalent circuit diagram for this circuit is as shown in the figure 2, as shown in the figure 2. So here we have N1 number of turns and on those N2 number of turns are we consider for the load, and the N1 number of turns are connected to the primary side. So that's why this is the step down transformer, and here we N2 turns are linked with the secondary and the remaining turns are N1 minus N2. Similarly the voltage is also V1 minus V2. So this will be represented as in this manner, so from this equivalent circuit, what is V1 V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1. So here what is the V2 is nothing but V2. Then what is the V1 equal to V1 minus V2. And similarly what is the secondary number of turns? N2. And what is the primary number of turns? N1 minus N2 gives the primary number of turns. So according to the transformation ratio, V2 by V1 minus V2 is equal to N2 by N1 minus N2. So if you multiply these two, cross multiplication, then V2 into N1 minus N2 is equal to N2 into V1 minus V2. Then V2 N1 minus V2 N2 is equal to N2 V1 minus N2 V2. So if you cancel these two, what are those two? V2 N2 here, V2 N2 here. So then we get V2 N1 is equal to V1 N2. V1 N2 that equal to V2 by V1 equal to N2 by N1. That is transformation ratio. Transformation ratio. In the similar fashion, there primary side voltage is V1 minus V2 and primary side current is I1. And similarly, secondary side voltage is only V2 in the diagram, and the secondary side current is I2 minus I1. So V1 I1 minus V2 I1 is equal to V2 I2 minus V2 I1. V2 I1. So here also V2 I1 cancel, V2 I1 cancel, then we get V1 I1 that equal to V2 I2. From the, that means KVA for the primary side and KVA for the secondary side is also same, and the transformation ratio V2 by V1 is equal to I1 by I2. So this is, from this theory we tell that like in the transformers, the auto transformers also the KVA rating for the primary side and secondary side is same, and the transformation ratios formulas are also same. And coming to the output equation, then what we get, since the primary and the secondary windings of an auto transformer are connected magnetically, by observing the diagram, that will be connected magnetically as well as the electrically in the power from the primary is transferred to the secondary inductively as well as the conductively. So inductively means normal transformer action, and conductively means both the windings have the common winding. So on that common winding some current will be flows. So that is called the conductively. Conductively, that means conducted directly from the source to the load, from the source to the load. So then what is the output apparent power? Output apparent power means, so the secondary side current is I2 and voltage is V2. So then we get V2 into I2. And similarly, the apparent power transferred inductively means the power at the common winding. Common winding. So what is the power at the common winding? Current at the common winding. Current at the common winding is I2 minus I1. So the power at the common winding is V2 into I2 minus I1. So we already derived that I1 is equal to some K into I2. So we substitute that K into I2 instead of I1. Then V2 into I2 minus KI2. So V2 into I2 into 1 minus K. That equal to, you know, that V2 into I2 KVA ratings of the primary and secondary are same. So that's why we write as V2 I2 into 1 minus K is equal to V1 I1 into 1 minus K. V1 I1 into 1 minus K. So power transferred inductively is equal to, what is the V1 I1? Input. What is the V1 I1? Input. So input into 1 minus K. So power transferred conductively is what? So conductively means what we do? We can remove the inductively from the input. Then we get conductively. So what we get? Input minus input into 1 minus K. So 1 minus 1 minus K, that equal to plus K, that is equal to K into input. K into input. So the power transferred inductively is input into 1 minus K, and the power transferred conductively is K into input. K into input. So next one is saving of the copper in the auto transformer. That means the copper used in the auto transformer is less when compared with the two winding transformer. When compared with the two winding transformer. So in order to save, we go for the auto transformer, and how we can save, let us see in our future slide. So for the saving of the copper in the auto transformer, what is the theory? For the same output and voltage transformation ratio, that is the N2 by N1. Okay, the auto transformer requires less copper than the ordinary two winding transformer. I already told. And the diagrams for the two winding transformer and auto transformer is for the same output and the same volt transformation ratio is as shown in this figure. So here we have N1 number of turns on the primary side and n2 number of turns on the secondary side. And the saving of the, and see here also primary side n1 number of turns and the secondary side n2 number of turns, and here we can divide our primary into some parts 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and some part will be taken as a secondary. So that part is nothing but 2 to 3. At that the current is I2 minus I1. At that the number of turns is N2, and the remaining number of turns is N1 minus N2. These all are we observe from the diagram itself. From the diagram itself. So, and also we know that the length of the copper required in a single, the length of the copper required in a winding is proportional to the number of turns and the area of the cross section. That means number of turns means n and the current area of the cross section of the winding wire is proportional to the current rating. So the weight of the copper is directly proportional to how much number of turns we have and how much current that will be flows in that. So the weight of the copper required in a winding is directly proportional to current into number of turns. So for a two-winding transformer, the weight of the copper is, so in the primary side we have the N1 number of turns, and the secondary side we have the N2 number of turns, and the primary side current is I1 and the secondary side current is I2. Since the copper requirement is directly proportional to the current into turns multiplication product, so the weight of the copper is nothing but I1 into N1 plus I2 into N2. But in case of the auto transformer, we have the two sections. 1 to 2 section is one copper requirement is there, and the 2 to 3 section we have the another copper requirement. So what is the copper requirement for the 1 to 2 section? There number of turns are N1 minus N2 and the current is I1. So we can write as I1 into N1 minus N2. I1 into N1 minus N2. And similarly for the 2 to 3 we have the current as the I1 minus I2 and the number of turns are the N2. So I1 into N1 minus N2 is the 1 to 2 section, and I2 minus I1 into N2 is the 2 to 3 section. Then the total weight of the copper required for the auto transformer are combination of these two. That means I1 into N1 minus N2 plus I2 minus I1 into N2. So if you go for the ratio weight of the copper in the auto transformer divided by weight of the copper in the ordinary transformer can be given as I1 into N1 minus N2 plus I2 minus I1 into N2 divided by I1 N1 plus I2 N2. So here N1 I1 minus N2 I1 plus N2 I2 minus N2 I1 divided by N1 I1 plus N2 I2. So N1 I1 plus N2 I2 minus 2 times 2 times is present is this one N2 into I1. So 2 N2 I1 divided by N1 I1 plus N2 I2. So if you divide the denominator with individual one, then what we get? N1 I1 plus N2 I2 divided by N1 I1 plus N2 I2 is 1 minus 2 N2 by 2 N2 I1 by N1 I1 plus N2 I2. So 1 minus 2 N2 I1 divided by 2 N1 I1. Why? Because N2 I2 equal to N1 I1. So we replace this N2 I2 with N1 I1. So 1 minus 2 cancel and I1 cancel. We get 1 minus N2 minus N1 that equal to 1 minus K. So the ratio of the weight of the copper in the auto transformer is equal to the weight of the copper in the ordinary transformer is equal to 1 point K times. So the saving copper is what we can subtract from the ordinary transformers. You can subtract from the ordinary transformers. Then W0 minus WA that equal to W0 into 1 minus K into W0 that equal to K into W0. So we can save the K times of the copper required for the ordinary transformer in case of the auto transformer. So next, coming to the advantages and disadvantages and applications of the auto transformers. The auto transformer have so many advantages. So under those, we discuss about the only 5 advantages. What are those? An auto transformer requires less copper than a two winding transformer. Already we discussed in the previous discussion. And next one is the auto transformer operates at higher efficiency than a two winding transformer of similar rating. And next, the auto transformer has the better regulation than the two winding transformer of a same rating. So it have the high efficiency and the high better regulation and the smaller size when compared with the transformer. So cost is also less, and the auto transformer requires the smaller exciting current than the two winding transformer of the same rating. So when compared with the two winding transformer, the auto transformer have so many advantages. So many advantages. So that means what are the so many advantages means copper required is less and the higher efficiency and better regulation and the smaller size and required less exciting current. And coming to the disadvantages of the transformers, there is a direct connection between the primary winding and the secondary winding. So the DC there is no longer the output is no longer than the DC from the input. DC isolated from the input. And similarly, the auto transformer is not safe for the step downing a high voltage to the low voltage. That means suppose if you go for the this diagram, here we have the high voltage 11 kV and here we have the 230 volts. So in case of the open circuit case, suppose is there any open circuit case occurred at the load side, then this total voltage will be appeared on the secondary side, and if at that time if any person or any thing will be touched to the secondary side, then there may be damage to that person or anything. So the step down of a high voltage to the low voltage is becomes somewhat dangerous to the personal in case of the auto transformer. And similarly, the short circuit current is much larger than for the two winding transformer of the same winding. Why? Because we also consider the same diagram for this disadvantage also. So if you go for the short circuit the secondary side, then what happened? The some portion of the primary winding is present in the or made the link with the secondary winding. So if you make the short circuit, so then some winding will be also make as a short circuit. Why? Because those two are connected in parallel. Then the short circuit current for that primary winding will be becomes more when compared with the two winding transformer, because there is no opposing resistance, not no reduced opposing resistance and opposed reactance. Reduced opposing resistance and opposed reactance. So these are the disadvantages of the auto transformer. And coming to the applications of the transformer, the applications of the auto transformers are to compensate the voltage drops in the transmission and distribution lines. So at that time, these are also called as the booster transformers. And the auto transformers are used for the reducing the voltage supply in the AC motors during the starting period. We all are well known, and the auto transformers are used for continuously variable supply. We already observed in our laboratories also. And this auto transformer can be converted as a converted from the two winding transformer. And how we can convert the two winding transformer into the single auto transformer, let us see. So a auto transformer can be converted into auto transformer either the stepped up or step down mode. So for that, considering one example, so in this example we have a 10 kVA and 2300 to 230 volts two winding transformer. From the two winding transformer we can have the from this two winding transformer we can have the either step up transformer or step down transformer. So how we can make, if you use the additive polarity as shown in the figure 2. So this is the two winding transformer 2300 volts to 230 volts. If you have the additive polarity as shown in the figure 2, then we get the step up transformer. That means the rating will be 2300 plus 230, that means 2530 volts to the secondary side. Primary side is 2300 volts. So that's why the transformer is called the step up transformer. And similarly, If you use the subtractive polarity, then the voltage will be stepped down. How means 2300 minus 230, then we get 2070 volts. 2070 volts. So in this manner, by using the single two winding transformer, we can made that as a either step up auto transformer or step down auto transformer. So when a two winding transformer is converted into the single phase auto transformer, then the kVA rating results the auto transformer is greatly increased. So if you convert this one, the kVA rating also be increased in a very high manner, and this higher rating results from the conduction connection. Why? Because of the conduction connection, this a high rating will be appears. So with this we complete our fourth unit, that is transformers. So in the next unit we will see about the three phase auto transformers. Thank you.